Okay. Our next chapter is chapter third, that is properties of natural resources. As we have studied in sixth standard different natural resources, that is air, water, and land. Now we in this seventh standard we are going to study about the properties of natural resources. Okay. Now here you have one activity. Okay. One stand is there and two balloons are tied on both the sides. If one of the balloon gets burst, what happens? The balloon which is blown will go down as it is having weight. So this activity shows you that the air is having mass. Okay. Second activity is of syringe. Okay. When you pull the syringe backward, what happens? It immediately comes out and the empty space is taken by the empty space is taken by the air. Okay. Now if I press the thumb over the top of the syringe and I will try to pull the syringe back. So what will happen? The pressure is exerted on the syringe. So it will be too hard for me to take it back. Okay, this activity shows you that when the molecules strike a body, what happens? Pressure is exerted on the body and what will happen? What will happen? Atmospheric pressure will create there. Okay. Now, first of all, we are going to study about properties of air. Now, air is a homogeneous mixture as many gases are present in air. Okay. Air is having mass as well as weight. We have seen in the previous activity. Okay. The molecule of the gas in the air is constant motion. Okay. Whatever molecules are there in the gas, they are in constant motion. They are not less or not more. They are in constant motion. Okay. When these molecules strike a body, they create a pressure on the body. Okay, this pressure is called as atmospheric pressure. Okay, when the molecules strike a body, at that time they create a pressure on the body. This pressure is called as atmospheric pressure. Now, if I invert the syringe or I make the syringe upward down, what will happen? The pressure, that is atmospheric pressure that is present in the syringe, will be same in all the direction. Okay, I may take it into left side, I may take it into right side, upward or downside. So any side if I start, what will happen? The atmospheric pressure will remain same or constant in all the direction. Okay. Then next we have seen Daniel Bernoulli's system. Daniel Bernoulli. Now Daniel Bernoulli was a scientist. Now what he did? He showed that the pressure of the air decreases when the velocity increases. If the velocity increases, what will happen? The pressure of the air will decrease. And if the velocity decreases, what will happen? The pressure of the air will decrease. Okay. If the body is moving through the air, the pressure of the air decreases in the perpendicular direction of the motion. If the body is moving through the air, means suppose we are moving from one place to another, so our body is moving from one place to other, then that time the pressure of the air decreases in the perpendicular direction. Okay, perpendicular direction. Then the air surrounding flows rapidly from higher pressure to the lower pressure. In sixth standard also we have studied that the air flows from higher pressure to the lower pressure. Okay. Then effect of pressure. With the help of activity, last time we have studied how we can see the fountain of water. Yes, one glass has been taken. In that glass water has been taken and empty straw is kept in that glass. and from with the help of other straw, what is done? We are blowing with the other straw. So what we are seeing in this, that the pressure of the air near the upper end of the straws become less as the atmospheric pressure of the water cup is pushed. Now the water from the straw enters the straw and it comes in the upper end. The pressure is higher at the lower end and the upper direction, and the water comes out in the form of fountain. Okay, that's why you can see the fountain. This is the example. This is the example of Bernoulli's principle. As Bernoulli's principle, what did the Bernoulli's principle state? That if the air pressure increases when the velocity decreases, and when the velocity decreases, increases, what happens? The air pressure decreases. So this is one of the example based on Bernoulli's principle, effect of air pressure. Now other effect of air pressure, one more example we have taken, water droplets collect outside the glass. Now you have seen that an empty glass, if we take out some ice cubes and put it in the glass, what will happen? The ice will start melting. Okay, the ice will start melting. As a result, what you can see, the water vapor in the air gets cooled down. Okay, whatever in refrigerator the ice cools, the temperature in the refrigerator is different, and when we are taking outside the ice, the temperature is different. So you can see the water vapors in the ice as the air cools down and the condenses and is transferred into the glass. Means you can see water droplets around the glass. It is the water that collects on the outer surface of the water. Means whatever water vapor in this air cools down, that condenses and transferred into water, and you can see the droplets of water on the glass. Okay, this is one of the activity. Now properties of air, one more activity is given to you. Air is a mixture of gases, as you know. In that air there are different fine particles also. For example, gas, dust, smoke, moisture. Okay, when the rays of the light fall on a minute particles, the light spread. I will give one example. Now here you can see the empty bottle is dipped in a vessel which is full of water. What you can see, the water is entering in the glass, as well as you can see the bubbles of water. That is called as scattering of light. One more example I would like to give you, that is when a beam of sunlight enters in your house in early morning. In early morning, when the sunlight enters in your uh, home from window, what you see in that beam of light, you can see dust particles moving. Okay, moving, you can see the dust particles. That phenomena is called as natural scattering of light. Now transmission of sound. Now as you all know, the density of the air also changes according to the temperature. In winter, you can hear the sound which you can hear in winter, you can hear louder. Why? Because even the railway whistle, train whistle also you can hear early in the morning very well at your home. If the station is near to your house and if a train passes whistling, you can hear that voice also clear in the at home also early in the morning. So this states that air is useful medium for transmission of sound. For transmission of sound, what is important? Air is important. I am talking to you. So what happens? The sound, transmission of sound mixes with the air and you are able to hear what I am able to tell you. Okay. So first thing, transmission of sound, what is important? Air is important. Okay. Then next property. Here we have finished with the property of air. Now we are going to study the properties of water. Now what is the properties of water? Now here you can see one balloon is filled with water. and certain holes are made in that water. So what you can see, the water will start flowing from that holes. Okay. Even one more example is given. A vessel is completely filled with water and three holes are made. So what you can see that the first hole, second hole and third hole, from all the three holes water is coming out. But the pressure of water from the last hole, you can see the pressure of water is more at the last hole. So water is a fluid substance. Okay. It does not have shape. So what is the first property of water? It does not, it is fluid substance. And what is the second property? It does not have shape, but it has volume. If you collect the water in the vessel, the water will take the shape of that, and the volume will be considered according to that vessel. Okay. Then next, anomalous behavior of water. Now here I would like to give you the example of the density of water is peculiar. Okay. When the water at the normal temperature starts cooling, what happens? The density increases that of the most of the liquid. Okay. If the temperature falls below 4 degrees Celsius, its density starts decreasing. Now here I would like to give you example. If I take a glass full of water and put it in the refrigerator for 5 minutes and take out that water filled glass outside, what you will see? You will see that on the upper surface of the water, you will see ice starts accumulating. Okay, while at the lower end of the glass, the water is as it is. Okay, means the density of the water is 4 degree below, at the lower surface remains the same. Okay, if the temperature falls below 4 degrees Celsius, its density starts decreasing. Means the temperature falls below 4 degrees Celsius, then what will happen? The density will start decreasing. What is the density of water? It is 4 degrees Celsius. At 4 degrees Celsius is the normal temperature of the water. But if it falls below 4 degrees Celsius, what will happen? Ice will start accumulating. Okay. If the temperature of the water is lowered 4 degrees Celsius, then the density decreases and the volume increases. If it means that water expands when the temperature falls below. Okay, when the temperature falls below, what happens? What happens? The water expands, the density decreases and the volume increases. Okay, so this type of behavior is called as anomalous behavior. You can see in winter season what happens where the snow is falling, where what happens? The river at the top is filled with the ice, and at the lower you can see 4 degrees Celsius normal, 3 degrees Celsius, 2 degrees Celsius, -1, 1 degree, 0 degree. Okay, and here as we all can see that below, when the density of the water decreases, what happens? The water start expanding, the volume of water increases and it takes form of ice. So here at the top of the river, you can see the formation of ice. This type of behavior is called as anomalous behavior of water. Now, effect of density. Now, in this activity, two vessels are taken, containers are taken, in which one is water and in other water plus salt is there. As you all know, salt dissolves in water, so we call that water as salt solution. And what we have done, we have put one potato in vessel A and other potato in vessel B. So what you can see that the vessel A, the potato sinks down, whereas in vessel B, the potato floats. Why this potato floats? Because the water, in the water, the density has been increased. Why the density has been increased? Because we have added salt in it. So the water density has been increased with the help of salt. So the density has been increased, and so the potato in the vessel B floats. Okay. Now three different definitions we have: solute, solvent, and solution. What is meant by solute? The substance that dissolve in solute is called as solute. Now example, salt. Now salt can be dissolved in water. Okay. Even sugar can be dissolved in water. So salt and sugar are solute because they dissolve. They have the property of dissolving in water. So they are called as solute. Then what is solvent? The substance which the solute dissolves is called as a water. Now the salt and the water, where it dissolves in water. So water is a solvent. So we have studied that water is a universal solvent. Okay, we have studied in the 6th standard also, water is a universal solvent. Why water is a universal solvent? Because most of the substances get dissolved in the water. So water is a universal solvent. Then next, solution. When the solute dissolves in solvent, that time solution is prepared. Okay, when you prepare sharbat, what happens? In water you add sugar, salt and lemon, and you make a drink, cold drink. Okay, that is lemon sharbat. So that you make, that is called as solution. When all the things come together, that becomes a solution. Okay, I hope you are cleared with all these things. Then properties of water. What properties we have studied in this lesson? Property is useful for transport due to its fluidity. Okay, water is fluid. We have seen this with the activity. Water is used to generate electricity. Water is also used to generate electricity. Most of there we can see hydroelectricity. The hydroelectricity is generated from water, so it is called as hydroelectricity. Okay, water is good coolant and used in motion of vehicles. Now sometimes the vehicles become too hot. So what we do, we pour some water in it and we make the vehicle cool down. So it is working as a good coolant. Then water is a universal solvent, we have shown previously only. Then water is also useful for cleaning purpose. Water is used for many different purposes: for washing, cleaning your vessels, cleaning vehicles. Okay, for drinking, and for animals also. So these are the properties of water. Now we are going to see the third natural resources, that is soil. Now here we are going to see properties of soil. Now here what we see, how can we identify the property of soil? By the color of soil. You must have seen that many of the soil is of different colors. Some is black, some is brown, some is dark brown, some is red in color. So these are different types of color. You must have seen these types of color when you are traveling. You can see where the farmers are cultivating. You can see different types of soil there. Okay, the color of soil is used for classification. So most important property of soil is color. So it is used for classification of the soil. Now what is the other property of soil? Fertility, drainage, water, capacity to hold water. If the soil is fertile, then only you can cultivate crops in that. If the soil is having drainage, quality of water good, that means the soil is sinking the in which water is evaporated, in which water is taken by the soil. So the capacity of water holding is also taken as a consideration before cultivation. So all these three points are important. So this is also one of the property, that the soil should be fertile for the cultivation. For if you want good cultivation of crops, what is important? The most important thing is the soil should be fertile. Then the soil also depends upon the texture. Texture means when you pick the soil and you can feel the soil ingredients, means whether the soil is soft, hard, rock like, or it is having granular, or it is having stones or what. Okay, what are the properties of soil? it depends upon color, it depends upon fertility, and it depends upon texture. Okay, these 3 points are important for properties of soil. Then soil texture. Now, depending upon soil texture, the soil is divided into 3 types. Okay, sandy soil, silt soil, and clay soil. Here you can see the picture of the sandy soil, silt soil, and clay soil. Now, what is sandy soil? Sandy soil has large particles. When you can see the particles here, they are larger in size, as it is having very little capacity to supply nutrients, means it is not good for cultivation. Okay, the sandy soil is not good for cultivation. Why it is not good? Because it is having large particles, and the capacity to supply nutrient is also very little. Then silt soil. What is silt soil? Silt soil is medium in size, means not bigger, not smaller. Okay, capacity to supply nutrient is greater, so it is very good for cultivation. It is also called as sedimentary soil. So silt soil is also called as sedimentary soil. This soil is medium in size, and it has the capacity to supply the nutrients in a larger quantity. So the person can cultivate in this type of soil and get good cultivation. Okay, cultivation of crops. Now clay soil. Clay soil has high water holding capacity, but clay soil is not used for cultivation. Now here, soil structure. The soil structure depends upon the columnar, laminar, granular, as well as block shaped structure. Here you can see the soil structure. Okay, here you can see the soil structure. So what are the soil structure? Depends upon the shape of the soil. How is the shape of the soil? It may be columnar, it may be laminar, it may be granular, or it may be in the block shape. Here you can see the pictures, as well as here you can see the soil. This is the small pictures you have seen about the soil structure. Now, what are the uses of soil? Okay, uses of soil. Plant conservation. So, to help to plants grow, what is important? Soil is important. So, what is the use of soil? For plants conservation. Okay, so what is the use of soil? For plant conservation, means the plant, it helps the plant to grow in the soil. As you know, the soil is the most important thing for plants to grow, as their roots are inside the soil, and above the soil you can see the stem, and the root holds the ground firmly so that it can stand strongly in the soil, and it gets nutrient from soil. So uses of soil, it provides nutrients to the plant. So it is important. Plant conservation. Okay, the second use of the soil is water conservation. Soil holds water by the means of barns and lakes. So barns and lakes, here with the help of barns and lakes, we can conserve the water. But for making barns and lakes, what is important? Soil is important. So if you make barns, so what is important? You need soil for surrounding to cover it, and in it you can conserve water. So in soil, what is important? Water conservation is important. Plasticity. Soil can give required to shape. So the soil can be given different types of shape. This property is called as plasticity. Okay, you can see that many things are made up of soil. Okay, many vessels are made up of soil. Many things are made from soil. So we are going to see in the next slide what different things we are able to see. We can use it to make many articles of variety of shapes. So we can give any type of shape to the soil and make many different articles. Now, useful types of soil. Now here you can see the vessels made up of soil. Now what China clay. Okay, now this China clay is a white in color and it is used for crockery and tile jars, beer cup and saucer. You can see it is made up of China clay. Then sadhu soil, it is whitish in color and used to make statues or idols. So whatever statues or idols are made, that are made from sadhu soils. Nowadays Ganpatis are going to come, so those statues are also made up of sadhu soil. Then terracotta soil. Now this is red in color and used for plant growth and decorative articles. Terracotta soil is a type of soil which is used red in color and which is used for plant growth as well as for decorative articles. Here you can see decorative articles. In Diwali we can see pantis, okay. So that is made up of terracotta soil. Then multani soil. Now this is the soil which is used as a cosmetic. Now this multani soil, most of the girls may use this cosmetics for looking fair. So it is most useful cosmetic soil. Next, that is the proportion of the soil can be determined by soil testing. Now soil testing, why there is need for soil testing? Because the farmer before cultivation would like to know whether that from this type of soil, whether the cultivation he will get will be more or less, whether he will be in profit or loss. So if the farmer wants to know about the soil, so he can go for soil testing. So during this soil testing, what points are considered? Color, texture, proportion of organic matters are considered. Okay, for soil testing. I told you what is the need for soil testing. Okay. Now, who put forth the theory of soil testing? That is great scientist Daniel Sorensen put forth the concept of pH based on concentric of hydrogen ions. Now, according to him, the soil was divided into three types: acidic soil, neutral soil, and alkaline soil. Now, what is acidic soil? The pH of the acidic is less than 6.5. That type soil is called as acidic soil. And if the pH is more than 6.5 to 7.5, that type soil is called as neutral soil. Then what is alkaline soil? The pH is higher than 7.5. Okay. So according to the scientist, what did he divided the soil into three types: acidic soil, neutral soil, and alkaline soil. Then causes of the soil fertility. Now the pH is less. pH is lower or higher than 8. The low portion of the organic material, no proper drainage of water, repeated cultivation of same crops, continuous use of saline water, excessive use of fertilizer and pesticides. Now causes of diminished soil fertility means the soil fertility from the soil has been decreasing or increasing. So what are the causes for that? The pH may be less than 6 or maybe more than 8. Then the proportion of the organic matter may have been decreased. Then the drainage of the water must not be proper, means the soil may not having drainage capacity of holding water much. Then repeated cultivation of same crop. If you take same crop again and again, you are cultivating the same type of crop, then what will happen? There may be fertility of the soil may be decreased. Then continuous use of saline water means the water which you are using is not proper. That may also cause the soil fertility. Then excessive use of fertilizer and pesticide. If you are using excessive use of fertilizer and pesticide, that may also damage the soil fertility. Means you have to take care of the soil and you have to take care of all these points to make your soil fertility. Okay, so you should not diminish the soil fertility. If you are diminishing the soil fertility, so what you have to do? You have to make the soil in the proper, you have to make the soil fertile by adding some nutrients. For that, soil testing is done. So excessive use of fertilizer and pesticides may also harm the soil fertility. Now, World Soil Day is celebrated on 5th December. When is it celebrated? 5th December. So why it is celebrated? To make comfort conservation of the soil, to make the effort of conservation of soil. Okay, so everyone should know the importance of the soil, the conservation of the soil. So 5th December is celebrated as the World Soil Day. As you have known that many days are being celebrated, and World Soil Day or many other things, frog days, these types of days are mentioned. So that days are important. So you have to remember those things. Here we have come end of the lesson.